Good morning, Internet. New channel, new luck. Why not? I mean, other people sit here talk about politics and how much they hate women all the time. I could sit here and talk about how much I hate video games, right? You could try that. The main content on my main channel is kinda exhausting to produce. I could be much more quick and efficient this way. I want to try out. Why not? Just yapping, which is why this channel is called Yapping, and talking about some random things in my mind. Before we get into this one, let me apologize for the clickbait, dude, because I am not going to defend this. Holy hell, dude. What in the fish are they thinking? Are you nuts, dude? Remastering Tales of Berseria of all the games you could remaster instead? That is so wild. That's so outrageous. Okay, there's one thing I will say in its defense, though. There is one thing. Why is this the tipping point? This is something I don't understand. Why is this the tipping point for everyone? After all these things they have done prior to that. The writing was on the wall regarding this Tales of Remaster project. This wasn't going to be a good thing from the start. Because, like, look how Tomizawa was talking the whole time. Ever, actually, but ever since they announced this remaster project. I don't know if Symphonia was part of the whole thing. Let's just act like it was, which is also like outrageous. Dude, the 14th remaster. Are you? Where's the 15th one? Do it. I dare you, dude. Remaster it again on the same console. You're doing it with Berseria already. But the one thing that really stuck out for me was that he was actively daydreaming about remastering Tales of the Abyss, which is wild to me because you just announced a huge remaster project. How is this not part of the agenda? You understand what's going on here? I don't know if he's on a leash and the people are not allowing him to do that and whatnot, but you are the director of this whole thing, or producer, or whatever. You're the leading man. You should actually force the higher ups to like get their ass up and do something interesting, or give you the budget to do this. This was always how it worked. And we're sitting here remastering games that are already available. Like Grace's F was the next one, and I understand like people are a fan of it, and it was stuck on the PS3. Everybody was expecting a huge jailbreak of this thing already. Then Celia, you could argue the same thing, and then Berseria, dude. Like the problem is there are so many unlocalized Tales games, like really good ones. Tales of Destiny Director's Cut. It's not a small thing. It's huge. In my opinion, top three gameplay in the series, easily. Like everybody's talking about how great Grace's F's gameplay is. I think Destiny DC is much better. We don't have to argue about this one. Like, the thing I want to say is it's huge. It's not a small game. It's huge. Destiny 2, Tales of Rebirth, Innocence R. Hearts R is stuck on a really terrible console. How is that not your priority? This is something I don't understand. And we, for instance, also didn't get to play Tales of Legendia. Like, why are these not your priority? And they're talking about like source code and whatnot. You don't need the source code to remaster games, dude. You don't. And if that's your condition, then at least have the dignity to add new stuff into these remasters. This is also something I can't wrap my head around. Why are we expecting nothing from remasters these days? It was standard that whenever you re-released a game, you add new content to it. You know, Street Fighter, all its different 14 iterations and all the new characters they always added, or Kingdom Hearts and their final mix versions, or Resident Evil Revelations that like jumped from the 3DS to the PS3 with new content. Why are we not expecting that anymore? There was something I couldn't understand even back then, like on the PS3. Devil May Cry got a huge HD collection and no new content, nothing. Okay, then they did that again on the PS4, and then they ported Devil May Cry 3 on the Switch, and that's when it's getting its new content, dude. Like style switch and the weapon wheel, and that style switch thing wasn't even something outlandish. Modders were doing this on the PC version all the time, and you remastered that twice on the PlayStation, dude. You're not going to add that with a patch even or anything, or you didn't do that prior to that. Why? Why are we not expecting anything from these remasters? Look at Crisis Core Reunion. Huge, dude. Or Near Replicant, PS3 Near Replicant, and PS5 Near Replicant. Completely different games. Or the Star Ocean 2 remaster on the PS5, which in my opinion was a little too less, considering that Tails is your competition. But I can't even argue that anymore. Look what Tails is doing. Nothing. And this was a studio that reworked their games at every occasion. Hideo Baba, dude, he didn't just port Destiny to the PS2 and called it a day. He completely reworked the game. Hearts on the Vita, he just remade the whole game. Innocent also completely remade the game. Even like something like Vesperia from the Xbox 360 to the PS3, two new characters and completely reworked the gameplay with free run cancel and new arts. And that's probably not all it got. Like even Graces F, huge expansion, dude. Now, like you could clone your characters, new arts, huge story expansion. That was also big. Okay, sure. You're not going to add anything new in this Graces F remaster. I understand. It got its revision already. What's your excuse for Berseria? You're removing the opening flow and also censoring the Japanese version. You're just getting the worst product on the same console. That yeah, for a waymarker, for a great shop you could add in 5 seconds with AI. Really, I'm the maddest about Celia because I really love Celia. Celia 2 is my favorite game in the series, and Celia got its revision with Celia 2. Like, some characters got reworked so hard. Celia 1 layer and Celia 2 layer are completely different characters. They are not the same people. It's, Leia is not like irredeemably bad or unplayable or anything like that, but it's really hard to make her work. And she got much needed revision in the second game. We have lateral movement in the second game. We have a power hit system that really enhanced the combo system of the game, made bosses comboable. We are not going to add any of that in this remaster. And not only that, it got worse. Like the stick drift is insufferable. It's making some combos not work. Some combos are dead, dude. They don't work on this version anymore. It worked perfectly fine on the PS3. On the PS5, it's much harder to make them work. Projectiles behave differently for some reason. Skits are appearing slowly, people say. And this autosave feature is locking me out of the menu for several seconds. And it's not even like coherent. It's random whether or not it appears at the end of the battle. So I can't even get used to it. I can't even train my muscle memory into working with it. What the fuck, dude? This studio really like loved reworking gameplay and coming up with new systems and whatnot. And they're not doing that anymore. They're just a shadow of their former self. What's going on? And you're also like looking at Tales of Arise and you're going like, yeah, it's been 4 years ago. Like, and the cycle for development and whatnot is like 5 years. So it's about time they announce a new one. Arise wasn't even supposed to be a Tales game. They said it themselves. It was a concept they just squished into the franchise and called it a day. And they didn't even expect that one to be that big. 2 years later, they are making a boneless DLC with also no new content, nothing. Just the same content. You had to re unlock them. You couldn't take your progression from the main game and, you know, integrate it into this DLC. It was a bunch of nothing. So Berseria is our last bona fide Tales game, and that was like 2016, 2017, almost 10 years ago. Nothing's going on, dude. This company is not interested in Tales. They don't give a flying fish about this franchise. They're not going to do anything. And even if they do, if Arise is anything to go by, then it's not going to be your average Tales game. I love Arise a lot, mainly because of the art tree not being in there. It looked like that there's going to be a series standard with Berseria, which is really funny because nothing became a series standard at that point. But uh, Arise has really weird um, artistic decisions, let's call it that way, that don't really fit into a Tales game. It's not really the best Tales game by any means. I really love that game. But I have to say that, dude. So I don't understand how you guys are not on his suicide watch at this point. That is so wild. This Tales, the morale is so low, dude. To me, that series is basically dead. Like, what do you even expect at this point? Be real with me. What are you expecting now? They're remastering games that don't need remasters. They are not even doing a new game. They are just doing a bunch of streams about Tales and showing you stickers and new merchandise to buy. No new game, no nothing. They don't really care about you, what you want, games you want to see remastered, nothing. I've been rambling for 9 minutes. I have no words now. What are we? What is the plan, dude? If like, be real with us. Be real with us for a second. If you don't give a fuck about this series, just say so. Okay. If you don't want to make anything out of this, just say so, dude. Don't sit here act like you give a fuck about this franchise. Just say that you don't. Just say that you don't have any ideas. You don't have any plans. You're not going to make a new game. Just be transparent. Be real with us. Otherwise, like Tomizawa, it might not be even your fault. I don't know. You might be on a leash, but if you are the director, you are the producer, things get pushed by you. You have to say to the higher ups that it's a good idea to make a new game, make new stuff and whatnot. Like, that's how Harada kept Tekken alive. That's just how it is. Otherwise, nothing's coming out of these, dude. Like, video game developers are not even making video games anymore, which is really wild. You really have to sit here for 7 years and wait for the next installment of your favorite franchise. Or it's not even going to happen at all. I'm sitting here for like 25 years at this point, waiting for Walnut to leave Moon. Mega Man Legends 3 will never happen. Otherwise, how are you going to explain this to God, dude? How are you not going to hell? This is something I've been wondering. If you want to make something out of the series, then do it, dude. Like, get in a fist fight with your boss. I don't know. Or otherwise, just tell to us straight up that you don't care about this franchise, because that's how it looks to me.